Hey everybody, welcome to Fab Daddy TV. I am your host, Fab Daddy. If this is your first time visiting, thank you for joining me. If this is not your first time visiting, thanks for coming back. I'm outside here with Buford, my project truck. He's an 83 Chevy Silverado square body crew cab dually. In my last video, I talked about how I used some skills that I learned from previous hobbies to change a tire on him, because the tire that I wanted to mount on him to replace a leaky one was over 10 years old, and tire stores will not mount tires over 10 years old. Now, if you're wondering how did they know it was 10 years old or older than 10 years, is because each tire is stamped with a tire identification number, or more commonly known as a DOT number, because DOT precedes the stamped code on the tire. I'll show you an example here on the tire I mounted. Let's see if you can see here. See DOT, each code starts with DOT. This first section is the tire manufacturer code. The center section is information about the tire, so that could mean like bias ply or radial or tire compound or construction or something like that. And then the last one's here. You can see this one says 3709. That is the date code of when the tire was manufactured. The 37th week of the year ending in 09. So the 37th week of 2009. Which is actually, I wrote it all down, September 21st through the 27th of 2009. Now the tire I took off only had a date stamp of 120. So you see, before they started stamping tires in the DOT started stamping tires in 1971, and between 1971 and 1999 they only had a 10-digit code, the last three being the date. It would be, again, it was the week of manufacture with the last digit of the year. So if it was 9, it was either 79, 89, or 99, because in 2000 they went to a 4-digit code with the week of manufacture with the last 2 digits of the year. And they did that because they realized people were actually keeping tires more than 10 years, so it got kind of confusing with the last digit only being a 9, or last digit only being one digit. So they expanded that. They expanded the numbers out from a 10-digit code to a 12-digit code, adding that extra date so that it was more easily trackable of the year of the tire. So the reason that most tire places won't mount a tire more than 10 years old is because of liability issues. Obviously, tires start to wear out and dry rot after a long time, especially if they sit. If you can see, I'm going to go over here to the other side of Buford to show you the front tire. If you've seen the earlier videos of Buford, you'll see, but if you see all this tire crack, all the cracks and stuff, that is dry rot. That is the tire is drying out. And what dry rot is basically the natural oils in the rubber evaporating, causing the rubber to lose its pliability, so it hardens and cracks. I got my camper in the background here, and what causes some of the main causes of the oil evaporating out is lack of movement. The tire, as the tire is turning, it's not staying completely round. I mean, it's kind of obvious if you look at a tire, while it's sitting or while it's going on, it's got the squishy part at the bottom. Well, that flexing keeps the oils moving around in the rubber in the tire, so it keeps the tire fresh. It won't let it dry out. So they need some movement to keep that oil fresh. Sunlight exposure, UV rays dry out tires really fast. So that's why I'll show you my camper here. That's why we put covers on our camper tires to keep UV rays off of the rubber themselves. So if you got a project car, if you got a car that sits outside a lot, you may want to get some tire covers just to kind of keep the UV rays off, to keep those tires fresh and keep them from drying out. Temperature fluctuations. Today I believe it's 28 degrees right now. Feels like 18 with the wind chill. We're going to be getting way down into like the negative 10, negative 15 range here in the next week. That kind of temperature fluctuation is not great for it, but it's not super detrimental. I think with temperature fluctuations, they're talking about like extreme temperature fluctuations. So if you're driving a tire, or if you're driving somewhere, and this kind of leads into the next thing, which is improper inflation. If you have a tire that's way overinflated, it's going to get hot going down the road. It's going to be even worse if it's underinflated. So that extreme temperature is going to dry those oils out. So so keep that in mind when you're shopping for a car. If you get a barn find somewhere that has like what looks like great tires on it, check that date. If the date's more than 10 years old, you should be a little leery of those tires, because if you start driving on them, they're more than likely gonna crack and fly apart and could cause major problems. Now, if you're looking for some old school tires to fit on a project car, Coker Tire makes stuff that looks retro, that is like a modern style radial tire that looks like a bias ply, or there's other companies out there. So just wanted to pass that information along. So if you're shopping or looking for something, like I said, or just if you just want to check out your tires that you have on your car, something to keep in mind on in your daily driver is your spare tire. If you have a car that's over 10 years old, you may want to, when you buy new tires, may want to have that spare tire inspected or included in your rotations, because I've seen stories of people that put their spare tire on, they get 5 miles down the road and the spare blows out because it's not had that rotation and that to keep the oils up in their tire. So something to keep in mind. Hope you guys are out there building something cool. Hope you're staying warm. It's about to get real cold here, so I probably won't be out and about much, but I hope to see you next time, and thanks for watching. Get out and build something cool, guys. See ya.